Hey everybody, Aaron Noonan, the V8 Sleuth here, getting set for the return of the Repco Supercars Championship to the Gold Coast this weekend, the streets of Surfers Paradise, playing host to the Supercars for the first time in 3 years. Bit of a change for this weekend too from what we're used to at that track. Formerly it was a two-driver endurance race. We're back to the single-driver format. No longer it is 2 times 300 kilometres, it is 2 times 250. 250 kilometres on Saturday and then another 250 on Sunday. Of course, it is the penultimate round of this year's Repco Supercars Championship. Shane van Gisbergen, the Bathurst 1000 winner, has got this championship by the throat. If he leads by 450 or more after Saturday or 300 or more after Sunday, he will wrap up his third Supercars Championship crown. But it's the fight for the minors that is really, really interesting going into this weekend. Have a look at the points. He's a long way in front, but behind it's keenly contested. Cam Waters is comfortably second at the moment in the monster Tickford Mustang. Anton De Pasquale's another 210 behind him. Then it's 25 back to Chaz Mostert, 100 points back to Will Davison. That crash late at Bathurst has really cost the number 17 driver. Brock Feeney 6th from David Reynolds, Brody Kostecki, Andre Heimgartner and Mark Winterbottom rounds out the top 10 in the championship points with 4 races and 2 rounds left to go. Some interesting points from the Gold Coast. It's amazing to think that there's never ever been a Supercars race, whether it's championship or non-championship, where the entire field that started has finished at the end. Those concrete walls do always tend to eat up some of those cars. Brock Feeney, he's the only driver in this weekend's field who's never raced a supercar around the streets of Surfers Paradise. Bit of a home race for him being a Queenslander as well. And in fact, if you go through the field of 25 drivers this weekend, there's only 7 who competed back in the day when the Gold Coast was a single driver round. The last time that happened was 2009. 2010 onwards, it was an endurance driver format, firstly with international drivers and then with local drivers as part of the Enduro Cup. Now, where do you want to start on the Gold Coast to make sure that you win the race? Well, top 6 grid positions seem to be the place to be. 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th have never ever generated a Supercars race winner on the streets of Surfers Paradise. But speaking of winning races, Shane van Gisbergen, he has been the form man. He's won 10 of the last 12 races this season. He looks like he is going to achieve not just match Scott McLaughlin's record, not just beat Scott McLaughlin's record of most wins in a season, but probably obliterate it by the time that we get to that final race on the streets of Adelaide in December. This is the 19th time that the Supercars Championship has raced for points on the streets of Surfers Paradise. Of course, prior to then, it was a non-championship event. So since 2002, they have been fighting for the points and the surfboards on the streets of the Gold Coast. It is going to be a sensational weekend, plenty of on-track action as well with S5000, Carrera Cup cars and Super Utes as well. It is going to be sun, fun and surf on the Gold Coast. I can't wait to be there. Of course, you can keep in touch with it all with the Garage online. It is garage.repco.com.au and with Repco socials right throughout the course of the weekend. Looking forward to getting the Supercars back on the streets of Surfers.